Okay, good evening, sir. We are here to discuss about our project. Our topic is UPI data analysis. First of all, what is UPI? So UPI stands for Unified Payments Interface. Unified Payment Interface is a system that powers multiple bank accounts into a single mobile application of any participating bank, merging several banking features, seamless fund routing, and merchant payments into one hood. It also caters to peer-to-peer collect requests, which can be scheduled and paid as per requirement and convenience. With the above context in mind, NPCI conducted a pilot launch with 21 member banks. The pilot launch was on 11th of April 2016 by Dr. Raghuram Rajan. Governor RBI at Mumbai banks have started to upload their UPI-enabled apps on Google Play Store from 25th August 2016 onwards. So now the next question is, how is UPI unique? Uh, First of all, it is immediate money transfer through mobile device round the clock 24/7 and 365 days. It is a single mobile application for accessing different bank accounts. It is a single click two-factor authentication aligned with regulatory guidelines, yet provides for a very strong feature of seamless single click payment. Virtual address of customer for pull and push provides for incremental security with the customer not required to enter the details such as card number, account number, IFSC, etc. Next, its unique thing is its QR code. It is the best answer to cash on delivery hassle, running to an ATM or rendering exact amount. Merchant payment with single application or in-app payments. Now, next, my friend would continue from here.
Okay, so continue. Uh, UPI is Unified Payment Interface is a trending payment system in India nowadays because of various benefits of UPI platform. It's also becoming very popular among merchants across pan India also. Many merchants are going to live on UPI platform to accept payments from their customers for the goods and services sold. Today big businesses house big business houses and small grocery stores to individual vendors are accepting their payments on UPI platform. Therefore, UPI will become a very popular platform for payment, not only for individual customers but for merchants also. Uh, Now, my friend will take over.
Okay, so now moving towards the advantages of UPI. So first of all, how do you use UPI and how do you use it in your phone? So first of all, the prerequisite to start the service is that you must have a bank account. You must have a mobile number that should be linked with your bank account. The third is smartphone with an internet facility. Now activation of the service. Now first of all, you need to download any of the UPI apps that are available on the market or on the app store. Then you register your mobile number with it. Then after that, you move forward and create a virtual ID and a PIN for your UPI app. So after this, now what are the advantages? Why is the UPI so famous right now? So first of all, the transaction cost. There is no transaction cost to UPI by most of the banks. Customers might pay data charges, but that's nothing related to UPI. The transaction costs are based on available information and may vary based on banks. Also, the fund transfer limit. So as of now, you can adjust your fund transfer limit up to 1 lakh rupees, and it depends on your bank as well as your account status. So and also currently there are 189 banks that use API and 21 third-party apps that are live right now as of October 2020. And so the services offered by UPI is balance inquiry. You can check your balance, transaction history. You can check your transactions, send or receive money, virtual address, account number and IFSC code, mobile number and MMID. You can also link your Aadhaar card to it, collect money on virtual address, add a bank account or notifications, or you can actually manage your account through your UPI apps. So moving to this, now now my teammate will take over from this.
Okay, so thanks, Yathat. So now I will be continuing about the features of the UPI. It features a standardized menu for banks and customers and facilitates interoperable, versatile financial exchanges, works over all handsets and GSM specialist organization, works without web and administration accessible while wandering also, instant transfer of fund through immediate payment service, that is IMPS, which is faster than NEFT. Since it is digital, one can use UPI 24 hours and on all public holidays also. Single mobile application for accessing various banks account. So now we will discuss about how it is impacting the real world at present. So currently the pandemic COVID-19 has become so radiant that the control of it has become a test before the people. It is profoundly infectious and irresistible. Illness to the frightfulness, no immunization or medicine is accessible yet, which can maintain a strategic distance from fix it totally. So, uh, means to urge individual to proceed with stay home, they are informed to utilize computerized stage concerning exchange, for example, advanced banking, internet shopping to give some people, however much as could expected. Numerous banks in India have additionally urged their clients to go computerized. Appropriatization of virtual technique have increased a moment after the demonetization in India. So, in the current circumstance, when the world is battling against such a lethal infections, which is effortlessly sent from each other just by contacting, it turns out to be critical to examine the clients of both the sports are appeared based on their age-wise agreement. So now we will begin with the code, and I will like my teammates to continue.
Okay, so let's move on to the code, what we have done, the analysis what we have done on the data. So first of all, we have first of all we have taken the data set from the government website from the government. The data set is from February of 2016 to February of 2020, and this is for 4 years. So first of all, going by this data set, there were what we did is the process. The first process was to clean the data set because there were a lot of values which we were not interested in, and there were a lot of columns which were important to the banks but which were not important for this analysis, so we removed them. Then after moving forward, we used algorithms in this to see the data more clearly, to analyze the data more clearly. And let's move forward to how we did this. So from this, first of all, what we did is we imported all the important libraries that we needed for this analysis. So there are these all the important libraries, and then moving forward, this is the UPI dataset which we downloaded from the Kaggle website and from the government's website, that is npci.org. And then this is the column name you can see. So this is for the February of 2020. So it starts from August of 16 to February of 2020. It says month, year, number of banks that are using UPI. So you can essentially see that initially there were only 21 banks in 2016 that used UPI. And after that, as of now, February of 2020, there are 146 banks that are using UPI. And this is volume of transaction in million, and amount of transaction in billions. So this is the dataset which we'll be working on. So this dataset, so this is the correlation matrix what we have made. So there are up to 6 values which says year, number of banks that are using UPI, and so there are different columns and rows matched attached to it. Now moving forward, so actually this data set might have a lot of values, a lot of rows, but we are actually interested in only the first 1,000 rows. And once we calculated this, there are 43 rows and 7 columns in this data set. After that, we went to this mean variance, median, and mode. So first we calculated the mean of the volume of transaction in millions. So the mean of the transactions that were happening throughout this entire 4 year of tenure. And after that, what we did is we took out variance, median, and mode for the volume of transaction in millions. So as you can see, the mean was 409 million, variance was 189,441 million, 19 median was 190 million, and so this is the mode for each and every month, each of the every rows. So there were 43 rows, so 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 42. Now after that, how many total number of banks that use UPI in 43 months? So roughly, this is basically a average, like each and every month out of those 43 months, there were roughly 93 banks that were using UPI every month. And volume of transactions, so every month there was 117,591 million of transactions taking place in for each and every month. So after that, I'll hand over to my teammates for further analysis.
Okay, so uh, looking on the graph we have got over the transaction over the given period and amount in billions in our y-axis. So we can see the graph is increasing
Yeah, so
from
so the thing
2016
is,
to
the graph is increasing from this right hand side to left hand side.
Mm. Yeah, from 20, and this is the data from 2016 to 2020. So we can see high rise in the amount of uh, the transactions done here. The second graph is about the percentage increase in the number of banks using UPI. So the number of banks kept on increasing, like my friend said in the in it increased from 121 to 149. So we can see the percentage increased in this graph. Uh, so here's a bar plot where we can see the month year wise comparison of transactions. Uh, so going on to the next graph, it's a scatter plot where the x-axis is the months and the y-axis tells us the number of banks using UPI from the year 2016 to 2020, like in the index given there. So the number of banks using are increasing in 2020 and very low in 2016. Similarly, we can also see the amount of transactions getting increased uh, very highly, as we can see the amount of transactions in the x-axis and months year in y-axis in the graph. Uh, from here, I'd like my friend to take over.
So, okay, so I will continue. Yathat, can you show me the 18th one code? Okay, yeah, this is correlation matrix, I think. Okay, so this is the correlation matrix. Uh, let's see the uh, SC to STT. Basically, it's the function which gives the value, which removes the e value in the e value in the number, and uh, then downwards it is linear regression, which is the normal linear regression function y is equal to mx plus c, where x has something called as x minus x bar into y minus y bar summation, and y means x into x minus x bar square summation. So this is the linear regression function, and then correlation coefficient is also calculated as follows. And then we have made a map in which we have stored the values from 2016 to 2019. We haven't considered 2020 yet because we haven't the data of all the 12 months of the 2020. So that's why we haven't considered 2020 data. And then what we have done is uh, accumulated all the 12 months data in 12 months data in a year, and then we have calculated the regression that is between the year and amount of transaction in billions. Can you go down, Yathat, please? So this is the regression plot in which the title is this UPI transaction over years, how it has been increased over the years. So this you can see as the x-axis, you can see the years, and the y-axis is the amount of transaction in billions. So now I would like to conclude myself that
Okay, so
this
once
is the
we just
exponential growth over the years of the UPI transactions.
and
So yeah,
also
yeah,
once
sir.
we just run this. Okay, so we'll run this.
So as you can see, we have plotted graph of different parameters. Yes, Yathat, go on.
Also in this graph, and finally when this star basically denotes the average value, so amount of transactions in billions. So once you go up here, so the mean which we calculated was also equal to somewhat for 500 something. Yeah, so it was also here 500 something value. So which says that the algorithm which we applied is correct, and linear regression is giving the correct result as we expected. So I think that's all from our team, and I'd like to thank you for this opportunity and everything. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.